Hello. So I put a little video up earlier saying I got my son's cold germs. You can just like feel it coming on. And I think like I can sing okay right now. I don't know that it's gonna get better, so I'm like, what the heck? I'll go on early. So here I am to tell you about my adventures. I think the best part of the past couple of weeks was the fact that my Kickstarter funded 100% in 5 days. That still blows my mind. And I'm left with, I think we're at 25 days of the Kickstarter left. And so I needed to come up with some it's not new ideas, but like what else have I been wanting to do that hasn't been possible? And I don't know if you know this about me, I write a lot of songs. And over the past couple of months, I've actually written another EP called Saltwater Country. So I'm hoping that if I'm able to get another $4,000 in my Kickstarter, I'm going to be able to record my Saltwater Country EP. But in the meantime, this song is from the new record. You think you know me like a name in a magazine. Carefully curated, positive publicity. Barely scratching the surface. You gotta dig deep down. Sure, I'm pleasant when the days are sunny. Over a glass of champagne, I am a delight with the lights out, honey, but I hope you still hold me when it rains. You like my laughter, it's just a nervous tick. Find a song on the radio so I can sing along with it. Afraid to let you see clearly, so I hold back so much. Sure, I'm pleasant when the days are sunny. Over a glass of champagne, I am a delight with the lights out, honey, but I hope you still hold me when it rains. When it rains, when it rains, when it rains, when it rains, when it rains. Oh, everything is beautiful when everything is beautiful. But what about when it all gets real? Yeah, I'm pleasant when the days are sunny. Over a glass of champagne, I am a delight with the lights out, honey, but I hope you still hold me when it rains. When it rains, when it rains, when it rains, when it rains, when it rains. So it looks like some people are watching. Say hello if you're there. I guess if you want to say hello. Sometimes I like to watch people's live streams anonymously, and I do not like to say hello. No pressure. I do want to share though. Brian McCloskey, hi. I'm gonna share a couple of brand new songs. I just wanted to show you all, I've been trying so hard not to go to Starbucks too much. It's hard when I'm traveling, and then I get in this, Nancy, hello, thank you. Traveling, I get back into my Starbucks addiction. And, hello, in Africa, hello. So I've started making these espressos at home, and the one problem with making your espressos at home is that it's easy to just go make another one, and so I've been drinking too many now. It reminds me of a funny thing. When I was a kid, we had the DARE program in school. Does anybody remember the DARE program? Drug Abuse Resistance Education. And I distinctly recall them telling us that caffeine is a drug. And I was like devastated because both of my parents drank coffee every morning. And my little brain was like, oh my gosh, my parents are drug addicts. And so I went to my godmother's house, and she had a computer, and I made a card for my parents about how worried I was about them and their drug addiction. Anyway, me and the coffee. I'm going to share a new song. In fact, I'm going to share like 4 songs that have something to do with wine. Which is funny. I want to be clear. My album cover it's me drinking a glass of wine, and the promotional material for the first single is all me drinking wine because the song is about drinking wine. I very rarely drink wine. I don't actually like it. I don't know. But anyway, I wrote this song. I was just in Nashville. Danielle, oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see your name pop up. How are you? So I was just in Nashville to write. I had co-write sessions every day I was there. And then one of them we were done at like 2 p.m. And so I drove back toward my hotel, and I just had nothing else planned for the day. I had already had a coffee, and I was like, what should I do? And I went and I got a coffee for no reason other than I just didn't know what else to do with myself. And so I was driving back to my hotel, and the first little half of a verse came to me on the way to the hotel, and then I finished it. Sometimes I buy coffee 'cause I got nothing to do. Every single quiet moment reminds me of you. You've got it all figured out. You're moving out your mama's house, and I'm still waiting for the moment to move me to get out of my own way. Everybody asks me if I'm doing okay. I say yes, but honestly, there's no place I wanna be. I'm holding on to comfort that gets me to the evening time, so I can drink it down. It's just a little glass of wine. One becomes 2, so I can't forget you. The world is turning slowly. Oh, the world is moving before me. Remember when you told me I was innocence defined? You'd laugh at my naivete with your sophisticated mind. I'd play along so you could be the big man that you wanna be. I'd bite my tongue. It's like I didn't know you took the best of me. Your words wrapped in pretty paper, snowballing so quickly. One day I'm my own woman, the next day I'm beholden to you. Why was I holding out to comfort to get me to the evening time, so I can drink it down? It's just a little glass of wine. One becomes 2, so I can't forget you. The world is turning slowly. Oh, the world is moving before me. Oh, drink it down slow. insane till I forget who I am again. Drink it down slowly, it's still a choice. Forget the sound of my own voice. Comfort to get me till evening time. It's just a little glass of wine. One becomes two, so I can't forget you. The world is turning slowly. Oh, the world is moving before me. Wine, man, it's just such an easy thing to sing about, I guess. Just an easy word. I'm determined to the next song I write's not necessarily going to be about wine. Gives me acid reflux just thinking about it, if we're being honest. Oh, that's so kind. Someone said I had a nice voice. Thank you very much. I appreciate that because I'm in this place where I can feel the cold taking its hold. Okay, I want to share. I'm just going to share new songs today, I think. My webcam croaked while I was gone. I got to get a new one. So I apologize for the grainy texture of this video. Emma, hello. Lovely to see you. And Heather, hey. Okay. You know, I'm feeling like maybe after that song, I'm going to do something a little bit happier. So then I'll do my next wine song. I keep teasing this saltwater country thing, so I just wanted to mention it again. My Kickstarter is 100% funded for my initial goal. And I think I say in the video on my Kickstarter, like, the $10,000 I was looking for is, it's what I needed to get the job done, but it's still kind of a low amount in the grand scheme of what people spend on albums, especially if your record is competing with major label artists. There's like millions of dollars behind each single there. So I'm trying really hard to get another $4,000 before this Kickstarter ends. If I do that, I'm going to be able to share with you my cover of Gangsta's Paradise, which I'm kind of obsessed with. I'm going to be able to get some cool t-shirts, and I am going to be able to record my next EP, which is going to be called Saltwater Country, which is really just leaning into who I am, which is a gal from Massachusetts. So this is a song about Massachusetts. Hey, it's called On My Way, Massachusetts. On my way, Massachusetts. I still got 3,000 miles ahead. The desert's singing sweetly, but the truth is, there's no other place I wanna rest my head. Hey, Kathy. Caught my eye, Carolina. You're tempting me, Tennessee. But when I think about skipping stones and winding roads that lead you home, there's one place I see. So I'm on my way, Massachusetts. Can almost feel my feet at the water's edge. Try to quell the homesick, but it's useless. The summer heat, the sandy feet there in my bed. You caught my eye, Carolina. You're tempting me, Tennessee. But when I think about autumn's turn, the way the leaves there start to burn, there's one place for me. about what it would cost. The magic of the winter lost. There's one place for me, so I'm on my way. Massachusetts, can almost feel my feet at the water's edge. I know you like to claim the founding fathers. How about mermaid sails, big old whales, and piracy? Cobblestones, colonial homes, land of the free. Love or hate her, she's the state I'll never leave. I forgot the words at the end of that song. Did you catch that I forgot the words? I was actually thinking about I forgot the words when I was talking about my feet at the water's edge because I was picturing a specific beach. Okay, I'm going to do another wine song. And by the way, Heather, you mentioned you might come to the house concert. I'm doing a house concert February 24th. If you live near me, and you know if you do, if you're a Massachusetts person, I have a house concert in Carver on February 24th. So if you wanted to come to that, I will definitely be playing my cover of Gangsta's Paradise that night. If you want to come, you just private message me or email me, and I can put you in touch with the host. Okay, my wine song. So first of all, I should probably tell you what happened to my darn suitcase because I posted about it and then I never explained. So before this past trip, I went and I got a bigger suitcase because the dresses that I wear have big skirts, and my little suitcase it wasn't enough, and I needed to bring all the dresses. So I got a bigger suitcase. It was a whole thing, and I was so excited because I got a pretty one at TJ Maxx, and then I was packing to come home. So this suitcase had only been on one on the out trip. And I go zip it up, and I realize that the seam has come undone, and I start panicking. Like, what am I going to do? I didn't even have time to go get another suitcase. So I went to the hotel, and I got some packing tape, and we taped up the top. So when I finally got home, and this is not a great story, by the way. The ending's not very funny. But anyway, then my suitcase came down the carousel, and I was so excited because it was still in one piece. And then I wheeled it to my ride, and then I looked down, and the whole zipper had come up undone, and, there was just all my shit on the sidewalk. But, the suitcase hung on until the moment I got to my car. That was the whole story. And the thing is that TJ Maxx always has the cutest prints on their luggage. That's why I went there, and they're a little less expensive. But now I'm wondering if maybe TJ Maxx is not the best place to buy your luggage. Learn it from me, y'all. Okay, this song. Yes, exactly, Heather. It was a bad hit. Now I need a new suitcase. But at least all my crap survived. I didn't lose anything. Okay, this song. So I had gotten a piece of advice at one point that when you are writing with hit songwriters and you are not a hit songwriter, it is your responsibility to show up to the writing session with the idea or an idea. And the first writing session I had this past trip to Nashville, I had no ideas. I had Jack. I had nothing. And I was panicking about it because he's such a sweetheart, but he's like a hit writer. He's a big deal. And so I couldn't come up with any darn ideas, no matter how many coffees I drank. So then I'm driving to the writing session like, I need an idea. And then this concept popped into my head, 3 minutes away from his house. It's wine decisions. My idea was wine decisions, mostly because I can't think of one decision I've made while I was drinking wine that was a good decision, with the exception of going to bed and not talking to anybody. But other than that, I find it impossible to make good choices if I've had wine. So we were just kind of exploring, why is somebody drinking the wine in the first place? And then what are the wine decisions you might make? I wrote this with Steve Dean, who's an absolute sweetheart. His number one hit that I know is George Strait's Roundabout Way. You know that? I still miss her in a roundabout way. He also had a hit for Reba, which I would have to Google. I'm not going to do that right now because I want to sing you my wine song. So Ken's telling me I shouldn't scrimp on the suitcase. And you're right. You're right. My career does demand a reliable suitcase with a cute print. That is what I require. I once upon a time had a black and white and pink. Good day from Oz. Hello. Houndstooth. Is that the print? Houndstooth? It was pink and black and white houndstooth. It was so cute, and then that one broke. Anyway, wine decisions. Sometimes I'm sturdy. Sometimes I'm strong. Sometimes I worry when a day gets too long. Sometimes I'm broken. Sometimes I'm blue. That's when I go out, hoping the battle will get me through. Well, he's been looking at me from across the bar, seeing myself getting in his car. 2 a.m., his hand is on my knee. He turns the key, unlocks the door, 2 steps in, dress on the floor. I know this isn't where I ought to be. And here I am wishing I didn't make those wine decisions. My daddy told me to keep myself clean. Any dirt on my hands would be the death of me. And when I remember all the wrong that I've done, I wanna wash it away. Bartender, pour me another one. Oh, he's been looking at me from across the bar. I'm seeing myself getting in his car. 2 a.m., his hand is on my knee. He turns the key, unlocks the door, 2 steps in, dress on the floor. I know this isn't where I ought to be. But here I am wishing I didn't make those wine decisions. Oh, he's been looking at me from across the bar, seeing myself getting in his car. 2 a.m., his hand is on my knee. He turns the key, unlocks the door, 2 steps in, dress on the floor. I know this isn't where I ought to be. Here I am wishing I didn't make those wine decisions. Wine decisions. Oh, Kathy, I'm so glad you dig that. Rob, I was just thinking about you. I was going to mention Rob, and there you are. I appreciate that you think I still sound good. It's one of those things, like, sometimes, thank you, guys. Sometimes, I don't know if there are any vocalists out there who feel this way, but sometimes it's hard to determine if, like, when you feel under the weather, it's hard to separate what you feel from what you hear from your voice, I guess. So Thank you. What I was going to mention about Rob is that I wrote this song, and I really loved this song, and I shared it with my patrons. Thank you, Susan. I shared it with my patrons, and Rob was the first one to be like, I love this song. And because of Rob, I kept playing it. Sometimes if there's a song and I like it, but it doesn't get any feedback, I'm just like, nah, and I hide it again. So Rob, thank you. And I'm on here because it's Monday, but also because I'm trying to get my Kickstarter to 15. 15, that sounds like a lot of money. I'm not saying the 1,000 part because it sounds like a lot of money. But I'm trying to raise $4,000 more within the next 25 days. And if I do that, I'm going to be able to record this EP that I've written called Saltwater Country, which is a love letter to my hometown. But I think, beyond just being about my hometown, there's so many aspects of it that could relate to any seaside town, but really just any town. I wrote this in part imagining that I was bringing my friend Jana, who's an amazing songwriter, through my hometown and showing her all the places. At the same time, my hometown has a bit of a bad reputation. And in some ways, like I not that I have a bad reputation, but I always have kind of felt like, I think we all feel this way, but like I've never been the pretty girl, right? Like I'm always the awkward, shy one. And so I just see myself in my town too. My town, the best part about it though, I think, it's called the Gateway to the Cape. And people will always tell me I'm not from Cape Cod because I'm from Wareham. But we have, in Wareham, more miles of coastline than any other town in the state of Massachusetts. Ain't got a good reputation, ain't had one for a while. It don't make sense to me, everybody walks by you with a smile. We are the salt of the earth, we are as real as a smile on your face. When you finally give up on the traffic on the bridge to the Cape. Sister, are you coming out with me? Bank account for nothing and know where we gotta be. Got a cooler and a blanket and a ring on my toe. Let's hide out in Little Harbor, ain't nobody gotta know you're with me. In saltwater country. We like tradition, we like everything as it once was. Sometimes we go to Walmart and we walk around just because. Cracks in the sidewalk have been there since my mama was young. They remind her of summer and her dreams and the songs that she sung. Used to make nails, now we are the scapegoat for the drugs in the night. We're rich in coastline, a Victorian paradise. If they can't see the beauty, hell, that's their burden to bear. 'cause we ain't going anywhere. Hey little sister, are you coming out with me? Bank account full of nothing and where I gotta be. Got a core and a blanket and a ring on my toe. It's hide out in Little Harbor, ain't nobody gotta know you're with me. It's saltwater country. It's saltwater country. It's just so fun to play. Kathy, thank you. It's okay if you're clapping avatars in time. That's cool. I was able to do an interview yesterday with the Wareham Week newspaper. It's our town newspaper. I'm super excited about it, and it's all, the focus of it was excitement over my initial funding goal being reached, but also wanting to write this love letter, this musical love letter to Wareham. And so much of it for me is also feeling connected to my family that's passed away, it's specifically my dad, because so much of his identity was centered around being like a hometown son, and same thing for his dad. And the little house where my grandfather grew up in is kind of iconic in town. I mean, at this point, it's all boarded up, and the copper's been stripped out of it by hoodlums, and but it still sits there, and people wonder about it. So the interview yesterday was a lot about the history of this house, and I have a picture of it somewhere, like a 19th century. It's not even like a tintype or something, of what it used to look like, which I spent my whole day looking for it, and I haven't found it yet. But what I did find were some surveys that had been done, and the house is actually older than I thought it was. It's a Revolutionary War era house called the Railroad House, which had been owned by the Cape Cod Railway, and they moved it, and it was there. They kept a railroad worker in that house. It's like right on the train tracks, and I just get so much inspiration from this little house. It's really cool. So maybe I'll play you the song specifically about that house, and then if anybody has a request for one more after that, tell me the request and I'll play it. If you don't give me a request, I know what I'll do instead, because when I have I have 40 minutes before I have to go pick up my son at daycare. And my friend Jackson Emmer, who is one of my absolute favorite songwriters and co-writers of all time, he's so good. We wrote a song together that is one of my new favorites, and we're recording it. So I need to save myself a little voice so I can try to record that. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was doing this. This is not the lead single off the upcoming album, which is coming out April 14th. Mark your calendars. And the lead single is Wasted, another Wine song, but that's coming out in 11 days. Wow, yeah, in 11 days, the first single is coming out. Hey, Mark, how are you? I was just telling everybody, I have all these songs about wine lately, and then my next single, or my first single from the new album, is coming out in 11 days, and it also references wine drinking, and I don't even drink wine, so I don't know what's going on. But this song is inspired by this little house. I wish I had some things I could show you from it. I have so many cool little mementos. But the thing for me is mostly just I love genealogy, and I know that my grandfather struggled with anxiety and led to him not being the best person to be around. And I try to give him some grace, because in 1916, hey Rick, 1916 when he was born, mental health didn't exist. Denise, I'm sorry. I know that I'm early. The reason I'm early is that I have my son's cold, and my voice was not getting better as the day went on, and I just wanted to be able to live stream today, and I was afraid that if I waited until 7, that I wouldn't have any voice left. So that's why I'm early. I'm sorry for messing people up. just anything but proud. Her piano strings still singing, out of tune but loud. 100 years living, and it still wants more. Maybe murder. Hearts aren't meant to last. We just hold on till we're past the pain it brings, and we're all just broken things. It's my grandpa's old jalopy. You still can't turn it on. Out the door and down the road, can't stop us once we're gone. 100 years living, and it still wants more. Maybe murdered. Hearts aren't meant to last. We just hold on till we're past the pain it brings. Yeah, we're all just broken things. Thought I was tough wearing an old punk rock t-shirt. Thought I was tough till I knew what it meant to hurt. My granddad stood there stoic as a wall. I wonder if he felt pain at all. Well, of course he did. He was just a little kid back when we don't talk about it. This old house has seen its share of hearts broke on the floor. It will be here after I'm gone, opening its doors. Maybe murder. Hearts aren't meant to last. We just hold on till we're past the pain it brings. Yeah, we're all just broken things. Oh, Rob, that's the best compliment. Rob said that the songs are earworms, and he ends up walking around the house humming them all day, which is either great or really annoying for you. Sometimes that happens to me. I think I've mentioned to you all that I have some pretty intense sleeping issues. And there are times when, like, it's either I've written a song or somebody else's song gets stuck in my head. And the reason I can't sleep is because it just is in my head. And you know how when there's a song you like and the chorus hits, it just gives you that like adrenaline, you get really pumped up. I just lay there, I keep like continually getting pumped up by whatever the song is that is stuck in my head. And I don't actually know how you fix that, except I did read once that the reason that things get stuck in our head is that our brain likes to finish circuits. I think that's the correct term. And so you've only got a snippet of a song stuck in your head, and your brain can't finish it. So the way to get that song out of your head is to sing the whole song. So there's my advice. Rob says great and also annoying. Hey, I will take it, man. I feel you. The song that's been getting stuck in my head lately is not mine. It's Jackson Emmer. He wrote a song with Terry Klein. Both of them are worth looking up. Please go look up Jackson Emmer job interview song. I'm pretty sure it's called Job Interview Song, or I Don't Want This, But I Need It. It's so good. And the chorus is just, I don't want this, but I need it. Someday you'll fire me. Either that or I'll quit. It's just about like applying for jobs that you need but don't want. Go look them up. Okay, on that note, I did not receive a request in the comments, so I'm going to sing you the song that I wrote with Jackson Emmer. I know I've played it a gajillion times. And I wanted to mention, Rob, I don't know if you, and Denise, and maybe even Kathy, I don't think you guys were here in the beginning. I played a new song that I wrote about buying coffee, which I am going to also upload to Patreon. So if y'all aren't patrons of mine, my patrons hear everything that I write and are going to be getting, in a couple of days, they're going to hear the first single before it comes out. They're going to hear the whole album before it comes out. So become a patron! Okay, here's my Jackson Emmer song. And then after this one, I'm going to go record a couple vocal takes of this, because Jackson and I at some point are going to release this. Put the ring on every day. A promise kept, a promise made. Stood in front of everyone, so innocent when we begun. Now look how far we've come. Half the bills are overdue. Drowning here in debt with you. Some days we're treading endlessly. I'm so glad it's you with me. Put the ring on every day. Some days we're boxers in the ring. Some days you're Swayze, dirty dancing. Some days life leaves you on the floor. Some days you're begging me for more. It gets easier, they say. It doesn't always feel that way. You put the ring on every day. A special date for groceries. Milk and apples, bread and cheese. And as we're standing in the line, it's always you catching my eye, and you don't even have to try. I'll put the ring on every day. I can't help but wonder where I'd be if I let you get away. Driving down the highway till the darkness comes, singing to myself just to hear someone say it'll be okay. Some days we're boxers in the ring. Some days you're Swayze, dirty dancing. Some days life leaves you on the floor. Some days you're begging me for more. It gets easier, they say. It doesn't always feel that way. You put the ring on every day. When my hips don't work no more, and there's a shoehorn by the door. My knuckles scream and swell and sing. Pull the band off with a string. You're still my more than everything, and I'll find a different way to put the ring on every day. Mark said that song reminds him of Help Me Make It Through the Night. I will go and look up that song. I will listen to it on the way to get my son from daycare. I don't mind the comparison. I don't know if you can hear it, but my voice is debating whether it wants to continue functioning. Rick, I'm so glad you love it. Hey, Peter, hello. Oh, and I love rainbow hearts. Look it, I got rainbow hearts. Oh, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with me at this totally random time of the day. To be clear, I do this usually Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, okay. Mark compared it to Chris Christopherson. I will take that comparison. I usually do this Monday nights at 7, so you can look for me next Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm only early today because I've got this... When you have a toddler and your toddler goes to daycare, you get stuff. I was completely healthy till I got home. And it's interesting, isn't it? I'm noticing now that like every time I go on a trip, that's when my son gets sick. Wacky. Anyway, I just could feel my voice deciding it wanted to retire for the night earlier, so I figured an earlier live stream was better than none at all. Peter, you have absolutely been sharing all of my posts. It means the world to me. Thank you. Oh, and Rick, okay, perfect. I'm glad I did an earlier one, so maybe I'll do more early ones so that you can participate, because I'm just so glad to see your name. Oh, man. Peter, thank you again. Everybody, thank you for hanging out. I really feel like we can get another $4,000. We've got 25 days to do it. We can do it. Denise, I did not meet Karen Casey at Folk Alliance, but I have the internet, and so I can. There were so many people there. I couldn't even, like, the people that I knew, it was hard to even find. I'm going to go back again. All right. Wish me luck, guys. I really, really, really want to make this Saltwater Country EP. It would just mean the world to me if I was able to do that in addition to this other project. So thank you. Thank you. Your support means the absolute world to me. I will see you next Monday night at 7, if not sooner, because sometimes I have 5 espressos and need to live stream or, to have catharsis for my energy. Everybody have a great night.